Sure. Yeah, you can't change what happened in the past.
yes, but I need to change my emotion, and so sometimes I was thinking, but when I was working hard, I don't I
You
don't
don't
have
have
time
time to
to
think.
think about that.
Sure. When you're working hard, you're busy, your mind is busy, you don't have time to think about any negative emotions.
Yes, yes,
Yeah, so
yeah.
it's good to try to keep your mind busy, by, doing things to keep your mind busy.
Okay, okay. I
Yeah.
yeah I try to do that, and because I just want I prefer my happiness, and
Sure.
I
Yeah,
just want to
definitely.
yeah. That's
Yeah.
why I like your live stream, and
Yeah,
show me.
when you're happy, the people around you, your family, also they can your family if your family sees that you're emotionally upset or you're sad or you're something's wrong, it affects their feelings too because your family wants to see you happy.
Yes, yes.
So, and I know things happen in life that we can't be happy all the time.
Okay,
Yeah, it
okay.
can't be happy all the time. I'm not happy. I'm not happy all the time either. But I just look at anything that's negative in my life, and if it's not worth my time, I just try to not think about it or forget about it. And if it happened in the past, I just try to leave it in the past, and I don't stress about it.
Mm, okay,
I try to
okay.
learn. I try to learn from mistakes that I've made. I try to learn from some of the negative things that's happened in my life, and I just try to move on and look forward to the, today and the future.
Oh, that's makes sense.
Yeah.
I yeah, that was great and energetic, and
Yeah, my life isn't always positive, but I always try to think of ways to make my life positive.
okay, okay.
Yeah.
Just trying to but when I was waking up early morning and reading about some article, and maybe a positive article, I think
Yeah.
it's help me
Sure.
the whole day, and
Sure. Yeah,
yeah.
that's a good way to start your day is to read some kind of a positive article or statement, or read some positive news. Don't stress and worry about all the negativity going on around the world.
Yes, yes, yes. I think it's a greater useful ways, and yeah, I will try to that, and so yeah, I'm so looking forward to maybe next month you come into the Xi'an,
Yeah,
come back to the Xi'an.
sure. I'll return
Yeah.
to Xi'an in sometime in the middle of June. I haven't booked my airline tickets yet, so I don't know the exact date, but I'm looking at maybe the second, the middle, or sometime in the middle of June. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. True. Okay. But yeah, I will. I'm a fight you, Tom. If you have
Okay.
time and
Yeah,
just
if you
want
have time
to.
and you're going to come to Xi'an, you can come to my English Corner because I host English Corners. I'll continue to host English Corners in Xi'an when I return in June. That way, and if you happen to travel to Xi'an or anybody travels to Xi'an, sometime they can, send me a message and I can share the information about my English Corners that I host in Xi'an.
Okay. Okay. That was great. That was great. And what else?
What else? What else are you when do you leave for Thailand?
Yeah.
What day do you fly to Thailand?
Seven.
May 7th?
Yeah, seventh, May
Okay, so
7th.
in 2 days you fly. Have you started to pack?
Yes.
Okay, you started to pack your suitcase, so you know you got to put some shorts in there because it's going to be hot. You don't want to wear long pants. You got to wear shorts.
Yes, I want to short. I wear the shorts, and
Okay,
yeah, I will.
and short sleeve shirts
Yeah.
too.
Yes. Yes. But
Yeah.
um, tomorrow I will going to change my
Hey.
hairstyle.
Oh, okay. So you're going to go
Yeah.
to the hair salon and get your hair cut.
Yeah. I just want to
You want
make the hands-on photos for
Sure.
me.
Okay. So,
But
so when you go to Thailand and you take lots of photos, you have your hair styled very fashionably and very nice.
yes, yes, because it's it's bring me a great memories for me
Sure.
when
Yeah.
I was yeah, you know.
Sure.
Uh, so you have to the um photography, and you like
I
the
like
nature phone.
photography. Yeah, it's one of my photography is one of my hobbies. I always take lots and lots of pictures. I always post sunset pictures on my moments, and because every time I go for a walk up by the lake in the evening after dinner, the sun is starting to set, and it's the sky is so many different beautiful colors.
Yeah, yeah.
So I always
This
take lots of
season,
pictures.
yeah, this season is it's a it's a how to say uh it's great environment
Sure.
in your hometown,
Yeah,
and
the
farm.
weather is finally warming up here. The sun is coming. We got blue skies today. We've had blue skies and warm weather all weekend. Everybody's in a good mood. The farmers are in the fields getting ready to plant their crops because they have good weather. So people around here love the warm, sunny weather because when I first came here, we were having snow. If you remember in March when I first arrived, it was snow and blizzards and lots of very, very cold.
Yes,
So
yes, because
now here we are, May,
yeah,
and it's totally different. It looks like summer outside. The trees are turning green. I planted some flowers over the weekend in front of my here, and I'll continue to plant some more flowers.
yes, because season you come back to your hometown, and it's comfortable for you.
Sure.
I remember you mentioned about that you don't like Merry
Yeah, I
Christmas
don't. Right.
time to come to Iowa because it's so cold, right?
Sure. Yeah, it's something a lot of people say. How come you don't go back to your hometown in at Christmas? And because the reason I don't is because it's very cold and very uncomfortable here during Christmas, the Christmas holiday. It's snowy and it's just not. I don't. It's not something I enjoy because you have to be inside all the time, and I prefer to be outside.
Yes, yes, it's a yeah. I totally understand about your feeling, and if
Yeah.
if I was born in United States and Iowa, I don't like
Yeah.
the
You don't
cold
like the cold
weather.
snow.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. So
it's not comfortable.
so so if the weather continues to warm up, maybe one day this week I will go down by the lake and host a live stream from the lake.
Okay, okay.
Okay? Yeah, I'll try it.
Wow.
I'll have to try it so I can if the weather continues to warm up a lot and I can go down by the lake and host a live stream from the lake.
Yeah, yeah. It's a depends on your time, and
Yeah,
you're so
depends on.
busy.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
probably be, yeah, I'll do that in the morning, and so that way people can see what the lake looks like in the morning.
Yeah. I remember your first time, um, to come back to the Iowa, and you live stream in the lake.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, I did that last October when I was here.
yes.
I hosted a live stream from down by the lake.
Yeah, down by the lake. Yeah,
Yep.
it's a great lake.
Yeah.
It's a scenery view is wonderful, and
Very
it's
beautiful.
fabulous. I think
So
it's fabulous.
yeah, I'll try to do that again this week if the weather looks like it's continuing to warm up like it has been. I'll try to go down by the lake and host a live stream.
Yes, that was yeah. I'm looking forward to that.
Okay,
So
fantastic.
yeah,
Okay, thanks so
you're so
much.
busy. Thank
Yeah,
you,
yeah,
Tom.
I try to stay busy and
Mm.
I try to continue to host live streams even though I have a busy schedule, online schedule. So, anyway, thanks again, George, and hopefully see you back here tomorrow.
Okay, okie
If you
dokie.
have time. I know you're going to be busy, but in a couple of days, you're going to be flying to Thailand. So, you're going to miss my live stream because you're going to be, in Thailand, going to the beach, eating delicious food, eating durian, and enjoying the tropical weather in Thailand.
Okay, thank you, Tom. I
Okay,
was
so
appreciate that.
anyway, Hopefully, you have a great time. Okay, George?
Hope you have a wonderful moment.
Thanks,
See you.
George. Have a
See
great
you,
day. Bye
Todd.
bye. Okay, thanks, George, for coming up on the stage and having that awesome conversation. George is going to be traveling to Thailand in a couple of days to enjoy some peace and relaxation. Um, During the May Day holiday in China, they just wrapped up a May Day holiday, just finished a May Day holiday or Labor Day holiday, 5 days. A lot of people traveled to Thailand. I know a lot of my Chinese friends that live in different cities around China went to Thailand, and they said it was so crowded. So George decided to wait till after the holiday and go there now. Maybe it won't be so crowded like it was during the May Day holiday. Anyway, good luck, George, with your trip to Thailand, and thanks so much for coming up on the stage and having that awesome conversation. Let's continue with the live stream. If you are raising your hand, please be patient. I'll try to bring up more folks on the stage this morning here in America. Maybe it's evening time where you are located. Hi, Emma.
Hi, hello, Todd. Hi,
Hi, my name's Todd.
hi. I'm Emma.
Hi, nice to meet you, Emma.
Yeah, the same here.
Is this your first time on my stage?
Actually, it's
Fourth
first,
time.
yeah, first time. Yeah,
Okay.
if
So
I'm didn't.
when was the last time that you came up on the stage? Do you remember?
Yeah, it was almost 2 or 3 months ago. Yeah,
Wow, a long time ago.
yeah, it is
Okay. So how was your holiday?
amazing. I just returned from Korea.
Whoa, did you go to Seoul?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, you went to
Yeah, the
Seoul.
Seoul airport. Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
we went there, and we went shopping there.
Whoa, there's lots of stores there in
Food,
Seoul, right?
yeah,
Very
yeah, it is.
crowded with lots of people buying makeup, cosmetics, and lots of things there in Korea, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Did you buy lots of stuff?
Yeah, makeup. I mean, yeah,
Makeup?
skin, yeah, uh, yeah, care product, skincare
Oh,
products, clothes,
skincare products and clothes.
yeah,
Wow.
and some bags,
And some bags, like
yeah.
Gucci bags or Prada or Fendi.
Yeah, Fendi, yeah, I guess.
Fendi, okay, good. So did you do anything besides shop? And I know you probably went to eat some delicious Korean food, but did you do anything else that was fun?
Actually, most of the time we I went there with my supervisor.
Okay.
She took us to her place, and we spent a lot of time with her family members.
Wow.
We had a barbecue together. Yeah,
Oh.
we
So you can speak Korean, right?
not really. I wish I could. I
Okay,
can
so
only speak Chinese and a little
English.
English. A little, yeah,
So your supervisor is Korean?
yeah, she is.
She is, so you had to communicate with her in English. Or does she speak Chinese?
She speak Chinese as well. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
She can
Okay.
speak multiple languages.
Wow.
Languages like Chinese, Japanese, Korean, and English. She can speak
Wow.
four language.
That's
Four
good.
languages.
She's very talented at languages.
Yeah, she is.
Wow. So was her home really big and beautiful?
Yeah, it's very spacious.
Uh-huh. Okay. Lots of room and does she have a big family?
Yeah,
Okay. So they opened their home to you so you could visit their home.
yeah. I really
Wow.
enjoy their family atmosphere. Yeah,
That's nice.
the
Did they have a pet?
yeah dog,
They
two
have a
dogs.
dog, two
Yeah,
dogs. Wow. So it
yeah.
sounds like a very traditional family, a big family, two dogs, and a big house, very warm feeling.
Oh yeah, yeah. You got
Wow.
it.
So that
Exactly.
sounds. So did you go to any like tourist attractions?
Tourist attractions.
Yeah, in Seoul, I
Maybe
mean,
yes.
like,
We went to the traditional market. We spend most of our time there. I mean, having
okay.
uh having food. I mean,
Oh, so
testing the local food.
so
Eating, yeah.
it's like a street
Oh
where they
yeah,
have lots of different local foods, and you can try
yeah,
different local foods.
yeah. They were really yummy.
So is it a lot different than Chinese food?
I'm sorry, I didn't get you told.
Is it a lot different than Chinese food?
Yeah, I guess so.
It's a different.
Yeah, there's a
Okay.
big difference comparing to Chinese food. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. That makes sense. I like to eat Korean food too, of
Oh,
course.
really?
Yeah, because when I lived in Beijing, I worked. My office was in Wanjing in Beijing, and it's a big Korean neighborhood there. A lot of Korean people there because there are lots of Korean companies there. So there were lots of
Mhm.
Korean restaurants around there. So I really like to eat Korean, especially Korean barbecue.
Oh, Korean barbecue, right? The beef
Yeah.
or the pork. Which
Yeah,
one do you prefer?
both. I like both beef
Both.
and pork. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, that's
So
great.
it's they have delicious. The restaurants around there were very authentic, meaning the people that worked in them were Korean.
Yeah.
So delicious food. I like Korean food too.
Yeah, so do I.
Yeah, but
So have you ever been to Korea?
yes, I have been to Korea. I was in
Oh,
Seoul.
well,
I was in Seoul a few
oh,
times
oh, cool.
for business trips most of the
Oh,
time. And one time I was in Seoul and I was flying to America, but I had like 2 days that I laid over in Seoul so I could go
oh,
out and do some visiting around the city.
wow, cool. So,
Yeah. It's nice. Seoul is a big city. It's very, but it's of course a little crowded, but that's normal.
oh yeah, so that's the impression of a soul, right?
Yeah, Seoul is
Crowded.
crowded, but the Korean
Nice.
the Korean people are so kind.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yes.
very
Yeah,
kind
and
and
polite, yeah.
and very polite, and I
Mm.
appreciated that because I don't speak Chinese and I don't speak Korean,
And
of course. So I appreciate that a lot of them who communicated with me could speak English, at least a little English.
yeah.
So that was nice. I liked Seoul. I wish I could go back someday and spend more time there.
So what do you think of my haircut?
Did you when did you get your hair cut?
When I was in Korea, back
Okay.
to a couple of days ago.
Okay. So did you go to like a Korean hair salon and do that?
Yeah, I
Okay.
did. Yeah.
Was it expensive? I mean,
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I
compared to
guess so.
China.
Yeah, I guess it was. I mean, it was much more. It's more expensive compared to China, cause
Okay.
cause I look at my haircut. I had my hair. I mean, I had my hair dyed. I don't know what the color is
Okay.
it.
So you put some highlights in there.
Yeah, highlight here,
Yeah.
and it cost me around one. I mean, 1,000 Chinese yuan.
Okay.
So I think that's quite a lot.
It is.
Yeah,
Well, it's well worth it because it looks great.
thank you.
Yeah, it looks
Thank
great.
you so
I
much.
don't
Yeah,
I don't spend money on haircuts in China because I don't have to.
yeah,
So
that's
I don't
great.
know. So I don't really have a concept. I don't really have a concept or an idea of how much haircuts cost in
Um,
China because I've never had to go get my hair cut in China. And I ask people about it sometimes,
mm,
and they
mm.
say some places it's really expensive, and some places in China to get your hair cut, it's very reasonably priced.
Yeah, but I think the regular price to have a hair dye
Uh
that
huh.
different colors, which is around 400 Chinese yuan.
Okay, 400 to get it.
Yeah,
Because when you go in there, you're not just there for a few minutes. You're maybe there for a couple of
two or
hours.
three. Yeah, 2 or 3 hours.
right? Because they have to wash it,
Yeah,
dry it, cut it,
I
and
cut on
so
it.
you're in there for you're in there for a couple of hours,
Oh, yeah, yeah, it
right?
is
Yeah,
true.
but they, they're very talented, and it looks like a nice environment in there,
Yeah,
right? And most of the
yeah,
time in China, it's boys that cut your hair, right?
yeah, yeah. It's gonna charge you more.
Right. So
People,
In Korea, when you went to get your haircut, was it a boy or a girl that cut your hair?
boy,
A boy.
but it's a regular to see female working in barber shop. Yeah, in the
Okay.
haircut shop. Yeah,
Okay. Yeah. So it's similar to China. In China, it's rare to see a female cutting people's hair.
yeah. I think it's rare to see female cutting. Yeah.
In America, it's rare to see a male, a boy, cutting your hair.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's the total
Wow.
opposite. Total opposite. In America, cutting hair, if you go to a hair shop or a hair salon, most of the places it's all females that cut hair.
Wow.
Yeah. And
Impressive.
once in a while, so in America we have two different kinds of shops. We have like a hair salon, which is really big, uh, and there's lots of females. They also have what we call a barber shop.
Oh,
A
yeah.
barber shop is
Barber
usually
shop.
small, and that's where a lot of men will cut hair.
Oh, yeah. Fast, right?
Well, it's quick,
Take
and
it slow.
a lot of the elderly men who are like retired, they will go to a barber shop because they don't want girls cutting their hair. They don't trust them. They only trust
Oh,
men to cut their hair, so they'll go to a
oh,
barber
'cause-
shop.
oh,
Yeah,
oh,
most of
I see.
the retired elderly men will go to a barber shop, and they'll have a man cut their hair and maybe shave,
Oh, the
trim
hair.
their beard or something, because a lot of men in America have a mustache and a beard.
Oh, oh, yeah.
So they'll go to the barber shop, get their hair cut, and they'll trim their beard and stuff. They don't want a girl doing that.
I see.
So it's just a tradition.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's a tradition here. So if you go to a hair salon, most of
Mm.
the time you go in there, you see lots of women, females cutting hair.
Oh, yeah.
So in China, in Korea, it's the opposite.
Yeah, true.
So now you have to go back to work today?
Tomorrow, yeah.
Oh, tomorrow you have to go back to work Tuesday.
Yeah, Tuesday.
Oh, okay. Are you excited to go back to work?
I wish, I wish I would be excited about
Okay.
tomorrow's work.
You hope to be excited, but you're not really excited.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Okay. So do you know our topic today is what would you say? What would you say? So for instance, like I posted an example on my moments. If you're at work and you're late for a meeting, what would you say?
If I was late for a meeting, right?
Yeah, if you're late for a meeting, you're at work and your boss scheduled a
Mm.
meeting for a lot of people, and the meeting is supposed to start at 2 o'clock, 2 o'clock sharp, and you are late, and you walk into the meeting late. What do you say?
Uh, that would be really awkward if I was caught by the people who's having a meeting.
Yeah, and you're
Uh,
late.
I would do my best to sneak in and
Oh, to
find a
sneak
seat.
in.
Yeah, and find a place nearby to sit in.
Oh, okay. So you would try to sneak in, like
Yeah,
open
sneak
the
in.
door very quietly and
Yeah.
peek. And what if when you open the door makes a noise like,
Oh my gosh.
and then everybody looks like,
Oh my gosh.
who's coming in? And you're like, sorry, it's me.
No, I wish there would be some place I, I could to hide me.
Oh, you just want
So
to
no
hide
one can notice
someplace.
me. Yeah, so nobody can
But
notice me. Yeah.
if the door is squeaky, meaning it makes a noise when you open the door, and then everybody's going to look to see who's coming in.
Oh my gosh. That would be
So
awkward.
if they notice you, yeah, it's going to be awkward or embarrassing. So what do you just say? Do you come up with
Hey
an
there.
excuse? Do you come up with an excuse, or what do you apologize?
I think it's not a good time to make an excuse for for my late for
Right.
meeting.
Right. Yeah.
So for me, what comes to my mind is uh, to apologize,
To
apologize,
okay.
thanks for your patience, or
Uh
thanks for waiting for me.
huh.
Yeah, sorry, I'm late, something like
Sorry.
that. Yeah,
Okay. So you
yeah,
just
to show my
apologize.
attitude. Yeah.
Just be very say it in a very polite way. Say, I'm very sorry, I'm late. But you don't come up with an excuse and say,
Why I was late?
why?
I was
Yeah,
doing something.
why?
Blah blah blah.
Yeah, yeah. So you have to. Yeah. A lot of times, is your boss pretty nice?
Yeah, she is, but sometimes she's pretty strict with me.
Okay, she's strict.
Yeah, she is. She's
Okay.
a little bossy sometimes.
Okay, she's a little bossy.
Yeah,
Do you like your boss? Do you think she's nice?
yeah. I think she's
Okay,
nice.
you
She's
don't have
nice
to
to
worry.
us
You don't
most
have
of
to
the
worry.
time.
She's probably not in the live stream, so you don't have to worry. She's not listening to you. You can be honest. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
So
honest.
okay.
Oh
So
yeah.
do you think that if you're late, will she be very angry?
Not really.
Okay.
Uh, yeah, cause sometimes I'm I'm late for work, like half an hour or 1 hour later for work.
Uh huh.
Yeah.
And she doesn't get angry.
She's not that
Okay.
strict, yeah, I guess.
Okay. She's not. Okay. That's good that she allows you that flexibility and freedom. So sometimes if you're late for work, she doesn't get upset or angry. Because some bosses, if you're late for work, they get very, very angry.
Really?
Yeah, yeah,
Wow.
especially here in America. America, um, you know, workers and bosses, companies are very time conscious. That means that they pay very, very close attention to time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Um,
So if you're late, a lot of times, bosses are not happy at all.
oh, so I'm glad I'm not working for an American company. If
Yeah, you're
yes, I
lucky.
would definitely be laid off
You'd be
for,
you'd
yeah,
you'd be
for being late
fired.
for, yeah, no, be
Yeah, not
sad.
laid off. You'd be fired. Yeah.
Wow,
So
that's so strict with time.
a lot of times in America, a lot of companies have a like a rule saying three times you get three times to be late.
Oh,
Yeah, you
really?
get
1 month.
three chances to be late, and
Oh,
yeah, and if it's the third time, if you've been late two times and it's the third time, a lot of times they say just don't come to work, you're fired.
really? That's so
Yes, they,
strict.
yeah, it's very strict, and they pay very close attention to time because a lot of times being punctual and being on time is an important part of your job.
Oh, I see.
So they really stress punctuality and wanting you to be late. So, and it's written right in your contract. A lot of times it'll say, well, if you're late three times, the first time you're late. Maybe they'll say, what's going on, what's wrong, why are you late? Everybody else is on time, but you're late.
Oh,
They'll say, okay. The second time, maybe they'll give you like a written warning.
already?
Yeah,
Oh
they'll
my
write
God.
up an official warning and they'll put it in
Really?
your human resources file that you were late.
Oh,
Yeah, and then they'll
wow.
say okay, Emma, this is your second time for being late. You've been warned,
I will be
okay?
stressful.
And you have to sign it and say, okay, I'm going to be on time from now on. I won't be late again. You have to sign that piece of paper.
Oh,
And then in the piece of paper it said if you're late a third time, you will be fired.
No compensation.
No compensation.
All right.
In America, there's no compensation.
Okay.
Yeah, they don't have n+1 here.
Oh,
No,
so
no n+1. So you get paid for your work that you've done, but you don't get paid any extra money if you get fired.
okay, I see.
So, being punctual and being on time is an important part of a lot of jobs here in America. So, so they feel like, if you are punctual and on time, this shows that you're a very responsible person.
Yeah, yeah, it is.
So, being responsible means that you are punctual and on time.
Uh, yeah, I like to be. I mean, I like to be there. I mean, 10 or 5 minutes earlier. But
Sure,
the thing is, I set 2 o'clock on my smartphone, but sometimes both of them don't work. So
they
that's
don't
why
wake. They
I
don't the
overslept.
the alarm clock. The alarm clock don't wake you up.
Yeah, I
Oh,
think they
okay.
didn't work.
Oh, it didn't work.
Sometimes, yeah, yeah. Sometimes they
Ah,
didn't work.
okay. Yeah, so it's important that maybe you need two alarm clocks.
Yeah, so that's why I bought another one.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
Fantastic. Fantastic. That's good. So
yeah.
being punctual is important. So a lot of times, like one time when I just graduated from college and I was late for work, and my boss pulled me into the office and said, you're young, you're new here. Why were you late? And I said, my alarm clock didn't
Didn't
work.
work.
And you know what he did? He bought me a new alarm clock and said, here's a new alarm
Really
clock. Don't be late
cool.
again.
But what if you are late again?
So, and he told me this thing, we call it three strikes and you're out. So he said, this is your first strike. Okay. The next
Oh,
time, okay, if you're late again, you're going to get a written warning. If you're late the third time, okay, don't come back.
oh my gosh,
Yeah,
that's
no
so
excuses.
sweet.
No excuses. So you can't say, traffic was bad or, something
Um,
unless you're in the hospital.
I'm glad I'm working for domestic company.
Yes, because there's
Yeah,
a you
so,
know there's a lot of people who would like to have my job who can they can arrive at work on time.
mm,
So everybody is replaceable.
yeah, it is. Everyone
Everybody's
is
replaceable.
successful.
So
Cool.
in some jobs, being on time is very important.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Yeah,
So
it
that's
is.
okay. So luckily, my boss at that time taught me a lesson, saying he bought me an alarm clock, and this always sticks in my head.
Oh,
That gesture of him buying me an alarm clock and giving me a new alarm clock always stuck in my head. So at night I would always make sure I set three or four alarms to make sure that I was never late again.
cool.
Great. So anyway, and I know, in some big cities, especially in China, the buses, if they take the bus, there's traffic and things
Mm.
happen. And this, a lot of people are unfortunately late. But I think in China, a lot of companies are very flexible.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they are flexible. It's called flex time. They allow you some flex time. If you're late a little bit, then you just stay, you just work later,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Yeah. More
So
flexible. Yeah.
yeah, so they have more flexible schedule for people because of traffic and it's a lot of cities in China are very, very crowded.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
Especially in tier cities like Shenzhen, Beijing,
yeah, Shenzhen,
Shanghai,
Beijing,
right?
Shanghai, yeah,
These tier cities.
those big tier 1 cities, it's very crowded, and the subway during rush hour in the morning is very, very crowded. How do you get to work?
Uh,
Do you
yeah, I
drive a
don't.
car?
Not really. I'm not skilled at driving.
Okay, so you don't have a driver's license?
I I do have one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you have a driver's license, but you don't drive.
Yeah, I barely drive.
Okay. You can say I seldom drive.
Yeah, I seldom drive.
Do you have a car?
Not really.
Oh, okay.
But
Okay.
I
So,
have an apartment in my name, not a car.
oh, okay. So you can how do you get to work in the morning?
By subway.
Okay, you just walk to the subway station
Yeah.
and then take the subway. So the subway is seldom late. Usually the subway is always on time. Sometimes maybe it's very crowded and you have to wait to get on the subway,
Yeah, yeah. I have to wait for another one.
right? And
Maybe yeah, maybe 4 to 5 minutes for
yeah,
another one.
because I remember when I lived in Beijing and I would take the subway to work during rush hour. It's so crowded. Sometimes the subway would come, the doors were open. If nobody got off, there's no way you could get back on. You just have to just push to get on the subway, and it was so crowded. But in the beginning, it
Yeah.
was a little awkward for me. But then after I
You
got
get
used to
used
it,
to it, right?
it was just it was just common part of my life.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
so the doors would open and I'm like, there is no room for me to get on, and people behind me would just push me, and then we would just all push in to get into the
then
subway.
then you are in the subway.
Yep, yep,
That's
yeah.
great.
So yeah, it was just that's just part of the rush hour, especially in Beijing.
Yeah.
So this is a reason some people have companies have flex time. They allow people to come to work a little bit late, and they just have to stay a little bit later.
Yeah. So what do you think? When is the rush hour for Beijing?
Beijing rush hour is like 8 o'clock in the morning to like 10 o'clock.
Oh, at 10 a.m.
8 a.m. to 10 a.m., and then usually in the evening it was 5 to 7
They
or
were.
five to
Oh,
8.
yeah. The same in Shenzhen, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because where I worked for a tech company. So a lot of the companies that I worked for a video game company. So a lot of the tech
Yeah.
companies had very flexible hours.
Wow, that's